Welcome to Being Black and Craft, where we don't apologize for recognizing our influence on craft beer. This is Angie, the Undeniable Vixen, your host, and we have another great guest as usual. I'm sorry I'm running a little bit late. I need some more lights around here. There we go. So let's go ahead and get into some beer news. So, first off, early bird pricing for Barrel and Flow is going to end. It's been going on. It's going to end April 1st. So I know they did this. So he said, don't be a fool. The prices end on April 1st. So GA is $50. Early entry is $75, and VIP, which you get all the accoutrement, is $200. So the prices go up after April 1st. So I suggest you go ahead and run and get your tickets if you're going to be in Pittsburgh. I'm sure you're probably trying to get that damn flight. So also saw this when I was scrolling, minding my business and loving juice like I do. So we have a Black-owned beer collaboration, and this is with Soul Mega. So linked up with one of the other DMV brew community buddies and paying homage. Join us March 29th from 2 to 5 p.m. at Third Hill Brewing in Silver Springs for a Chocolate City Porter release, featuring a collective of Black-owned breweries united for a great cause. The Black-owned collaboration is raising funds for the Michael James Jackson Foundation, and which also supports Black, Indigenous, and people of color entering the brewing and distilling industries. Come and enjoy great company while supporting the future of diversity in craft beer. Don't miss out on this great opportunity to sip on history in the making. So if you're in the DMV area, I believe Silver Springs is not that far of a hop, skip, or jump. So make sure you check them out. Then saw this friend of the show. I need to get them back on, but I don't know when I will be able to do that because they've been so busy. Liquid Intrusion. So now they are shipping their liquid nationwide. So there's maybe like 3 states that they can't ship to, but we're not worried about that. But they are shipping their legendary craft liquid to the doorsteps across the country. And why this matters. So they've teamed up with their partners, the Wine Concierge, a Black woman-owned powerhouse. We're bringing our legendary craft liquid straight to the door. This is not just about great beer. It's a movement, a testament to the power of persistence, excellence, and culture. Why this matters. Supporting Black women-owned businesses because success tastes better when we all rise together. Bringing Lipco's legendary liquids nationwide, from our hands to yours without the need of a tap room. Excellent. Elevating the craft beverage experience, both flavors, rich stories, and a revolution in every can. So you can order now through the wineconcierge.co. Don't miss your chance to be a part of this legendary journey. Then it said tag your craft beer loving friend or family. So if you have been getting Lipco and you've been working with Lipco, doing their, tasting it, when they've been sending out their comic books and stuff like that, now you can just order it through the Wine Concierge. And I believe if you have a wine drinker, you can also get some wine. That'll be like a double deal. You can get a little wine, you get a little beer. Everything is good together, right? And then just the Black Beer delegates, we didn't do a bottle share this month. Yesterday we went to Double D's. This is a Black-owned establishment that's this like I want to say dive bar, but it's a little bit more than that. It's really eclectic. They have great music. They have great DJs, a nice lounging area, a nice big spot. It's not crowded. Because we got there super early. We got there when they opened up at 5. But shout out to everyone in the Black Beer delegates that came out and enjoyed. We got to experience their happy hours, some very boozy drinks. I had only one old fashioned. I hadn't been really drinking, and I babysit that baby because it was like, woof, it was taking me down. It was so strong. But I've become a lightweight since I haven't really been drinking a lot. But shout out to Black Beer Delegates. And that's all I have for our news. So let me go ahead and bring up my guest. Good evening, Kelvin. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad to see you here. So,
Thanks for having me.
let's just get started. Are you drinking anything?
I am not.
Okay.
Water.
I'm drinking my protein drink, so it doesn't matter. I was just gonna ask. So
Is it spiked?
it is not. It is pure protein. I'm getting my protein in. So let's get started. So why beer? Why did you decide that you wanted to do beer?
It started from the love of cooking. I have a culinary degree. I've been cooking a long time with my mom. I've been a sous chef just in the kitchen as a kid, and so cooking as an adult. A friend of mine bought me a homebrew beer kit, and finally cracked it open, and wondered how long these malts grains been in here. So took it to the homebrew store, asked them were they any good, and at the end of the day, I had already upgraded to a larger little system, 5-gallon system. But in that process, I learned you could manipulate flavors and like food, manipulate beer flavors like food. And I got bit. Sadly, I got bit by that beer bug. So no, it's been fun process and making fun beers. It's like cooking.
Okay. So did you feel like you needed to, find a space when you started? So you started doing it by yourself, just making beer at home.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that there was a need to carve out a space for yourself, being an actual having a beer company, or did you feel like it was welcoming, especially being in Memphis?
It was what you call almost a happy accident. You start brewing and then you eventually have to give your little homebrew set a name. And Beale Street Brewing was nowhere to be utilized in the beer world, the beer space. So it was an opportunity in Memphis at the time. We were underserved on craft breweries, and no one was, I would say, celebrating the assets of Memphis. So it was kind of a happy accident. So we just jumped on Beale Street Brewing Company and decided to celebrate Memphis through the love of craft beer.
Okay. So where does your music aspect come into? So let me give you an example. This is a question I ask people all the time. So I ask them let's see, when you're mashing in,
Mm-hmm.
what music is playing in your head?
It depends on the beer. Everything depends. It depends on the beer, the mood. So yeah, if we brewing Space Age sipping, is definitely a vibe. If we brewing Born Under a Bad Sign, that's a different vibe. Hush Man, bands make them dance. That's another vibe. So it depends on the beer. Just like, yeah, I cook the music, so so yeah, you can get Ella Fitzgerald all the way to Glorilla in the kitchen. So it just depends on the mood and what I'm cooking.
Okay. Do you always, so in your planning, have you did like a plan for you've made a meal and you decided that, oh, I know what beer this is going to be, or I have the beer and I know what meal this is going to be.
Repeat that question one more time.
So I'm wondering if you ever did where you had a meal, like you've made a meal. You said, I know the perfect beer that I can create to pair with this meal, or vice versa. You have a beer and oh, I know what perfect meal to create with this for a pairing.
Um, well, it's really that you cook and then you pair the beer to what the food is.
Okay.
Um, so if it's barbecue, something with a sauce, you'd want a hoppy beer like a West Coast IPA, or it's an IPA to cleanse your palate. Um, but I tell people to drink what you like. You can also pair that same beer with a soft, fruity beer, not overly fruited, but fruited. So yeah, it just depends. It's not one arrow to kill it. You can kill it with a bunch of arrows and have a good time
Mhm.
with.
Is there something that you've ever done as far as your personal eating that you was like, you thought it was gonna work out, but you was like, nah, this don't go together?
I have uh, you kind of know just from it. It has to be, one of them has to be bad. They're both good. You can cleanse your palate with water in between, if you know what I mean. So if
Mhm.
I'm at a picnic and somebody has me a plate or something, and only thing left is a sour beer with barbecue, that's a good pairing as well if you like sour beers. But some people wouldn't normally like. But if I have a bottle of water, or I can cleanse my palate with water, it all works. You can make it work. I like the mixed flavors anyway, but yeah, but something overly sweet with desserts, no, it just layers same on same. So, but it depends on what you like.
Okay.
Some
So,
some people like 3 pumps of flavor in their espresso or latte. Some people like one. It depends.
okay. Okay. So, do you have a brick and mortar yet?
Currently, no,
Okay.
no, we're working on it.
Okay. So, I was going to ask you, how is that journey with trying to get a brick and mortar? Um, because you're one to kind of be near Beale Street or on Beale Street. How's that going?
So, the short answer, it's going. And it is a challenge to find a space. We bid on a building back in 2018, 17, 18.
Mm,
Um, and maybe, 18. So 19, I guess we decided to contract brew just to get beer on the shelf and um, build the brand, because we've been, air quotes, talking about working on it for a while. Um, and luckily, um, we weren't stuck with a mortgage on a commercial space when COVID hit, or in the middle of a build out. Um, so we actually started contract brewing at the end of 19, got beer on the shelf March 2020, when the world shut down.
okay. Okay. So, for your distribution, is there any kind of, I guess, things that you could share with people that's wanting to go on distribution, that maybe a story or a hurdle that you experience that could help them?
Yes. Let's go back to distribution is a sensitive, super sensitive subject.
Okay.
We I say sensitive, not sensitive, but it is what it is. It's super sensitive. Um, we literally just stopped distribution in the state of Tennessee for a calendar year, to get out of a contract that wasn't favorable for us.
Okay.
Um, Distribution is it's like the music industry. If anybody knows it. Yeah, it's pretty. It's different.
Tribe Called
Um,
Quest kind of thing.
yeah, you know,
Okay.
my wallet and El Segundo. Um,
Mhm.
so, but so fast forward to, I'm sorry, let me go back to this distribution. Brick and mortar question. So COVID hit 2020, and we just kept continuing contract brew, and watch retail spaces. Had conversation with different organizations around town, and we had extensive conversations with Downtown Memphis Commission about going into a space that they were utilizing, um, and we were in that holding pattern for about a year, and that never materialized. So yeah, we're looking. We've in conversation with other organizations as well about partnering and collaborating with building space, or having to be a part of F&B. So um, yeah, we're looking at several buildings as we speak, spaces to be able to service our fans and customers
Mhm.
in a better way, for sure. And we look to do it soon. So yeah, it's definitely coming. So thank you for that question.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, but distro, uh, it's different from every county, every city, every state. So
Mm.
it's a challenge in the world of craft beer now, because so many breweries are um, trying to expand their distribution footprint as consumers are drawing back from craft beer like they used to. It seems like, um, and distributors are dialing back this number of SKUs they're
Okay.
carrying. So distribution is it's an opportunity and a challenge. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's be careful, and you have to be able to keep up with demand. It's an opportunity for sure. If you got a distributor that's your teammate, so yeah, make sure it's a marriage, and um, yeah, and those contracts, read them. But for the most part, uh, yeah, it's like the music business. So
Mm.
just do your homework and do what's favorable for you. For you. Not to say there was, distributors are all bad. They're good. They've helped us, and it's been a it's been a colorful relationship with a distributor. So they all have challenges. They're good in some areas and not so good in others. So you got to pick which lane you want to do. If it's on premise, off premise, um, it all depends. And
Mm.
footprints and it's a relationship. It has to work for both parties.
Yeah, it's I know one of the things that people always talk about as far as like having someone that's a distributor is that they are really rooting for your team because they're not only distributing your product, they're distributing others, and you need to make sure that they are going gun ho for your shit compared to everybody else's shit.
Well, and you have to go gung ho for your own shit.
Yes.
In your
Oh,
words,
yes, yes, yes.
I had to go gung ho for my own liquid art. That's what I call it.
Right, right.
But yeah, you can't depend on a distributor. I mean, you can, but it's
But you got to know.
advantageous to sell as well. Distributors, they rely on salesmen, and salesmen are used to selling what they normally sell. Some don't want to oversell new products, and so um, you have to build relationships, and yeah, you always selling yourself.
Yeah.
So you can't rely on the distributor for everything, and that's unfair. But if it depends. If you got a product that people want, it Project Pat said the dope sells itself. So you got the dope they want, it's gonna sell itself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's our philosophy. The dope sells itself. So yeah, if it's a good product, we think it'll sell itself along with a nudge from sales, sales and marketing, working with sales team. So yeah, you got to sell yourself.
You do a lot of uh, photography and things as far as your if the people that are listening, if you haven't followed Beale Street Brewing, you need to give it a follow. It's always usually very colorful. You always see the car or some semblance of the car, and you see, um, I guess the team is out there pushing the liquid, and you're at a lot of festivals and things. So what's coming up? The people that may be in the surrounding area of Memphis that you might be connected with.
We're doing what's it? Uh, Beer Festival in North Mississippi, Mississippi Ale House Brew Fest, first of next month. Barrel and Flow. We're doing tongue twist. Barrel and Flow. We're doing Barrel and Flow again this year.
Okay.
That's always a cool festival. So we won't be doing any in Memphis. I mean, I'm sorry, in the state of Tennessee this calendar year. But we did do one in January 5th, I think, February 5th, January 5th. Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know. It was the same day I dislocated my shoulder. January 5th. Yeah. So festivals, so far, none are scheduled planned besides Mississippi Ale House in April and Barrel and Flow, which is in August, I think.
Right.
Yeah, those are the only two on the calendar as of right now.
So what is I guess let me ask you a question as far as like being a black brewer in a white dominated industry. What have you encountered that you was just like, yeah, let me step back, let me refocus, let me not say something that I don't want to regret?
Oh.
Have you had any encounters, and what can you share with people dealing with stuff like that?
um Nah, one, don't talk politics if you
Well, not
sensitive to.
now. Absolutely not now. But
Oh, I'm just saying in general.
yeah.
If you sensitive to politics and people's opinions, don't talk about it in public.
Mm,
For one, I'm not a fan of politics. I don't watch it, but I'm not gonna argue or debate with people in public about politics, religion, or anything like that. So,
mm,
no. Um, the question was being a black brewer in a majority white space.
mhm.
Um, it is what it is. For the most part, everybody's pretty awesome.
Okay.
And but
You never
everybody's not gonna be a
had
fan of you. Hmm?
you haven't had any pushback as far as like dealing with your business.
Pushback. Yeah. I don't know. Pushback. Um, Once again, you have to. People always say, "Oh, that's not bad." I'm like, "Not bad for what? A black beer?" At festival, like, "Oh, that's not bad." So I
Mm,
always joke with people, what, for a black beer or whatever.
mm,
Um, people set the bar lower as for minorities.
okay.
It, I don't, but that's, I don't know. People walk past your booth and don't want to try it. Sure, I don't want you to try it if you don't want to try it. You know, I'm not forcing my product on anybody. It doesn't hurt my feelings. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I'm not in the world to please everybody. So I know from the start that I can't. So why try? You know, focus on the people that enjoy your product or want to try your product. So, or the people that want to be around you. So, um, yeah, I don't entertain, people's um, perception or or not wanting to deal with me or whatever. So it's perfectly okay. I'm cool with it.
So, as far as beer, is there one particular ingredient that you've thought about using that you haven't gotten to use, or something, some wild creation that you've been thinking about? And would you be able to share what it is?
Yeah. So we have a festival called African April, and I've always wanted to do a beer for African April, but use native fruits of the honored country, and also Memphis and May does it as well.
Mm.
So um, yeah, I want to do I want to do a sour sop beer. I love sour sop, dragon fruit. Uh, yeah, there's a lot of products I want to use for sure. Yes, we've used some fun ingredients, but there are definitely a lot more that I want to use and utilize in the beer making process.
What's the other than, because I won't assume a spade people know what spade sipping is, but outside of that, what beer that you've created that you was like, damn, I did that. You taste it,
Um,
like, damn.
so we just got a third place on a porter with what is it called? What's the beer grade now? I got brain freeze right now. Where do you log your beers? What's that called?
Um, I haven't used it in so long.
Yeah, I'm got a brain freeze,
I know
but
what
we
you're talking about.
so two beers that I say stand out. Yeah, one we did a peanut butter banana porter, celebrating Elvis's love for peanut butter banana sandwiches. Um, it's done really well and it's been well received. Super, super good beer. Um, and we just did we did a really tasty tropical pale ale that I have not posted on social media one time. I kick myself. I need to post it. It's called Jungle Room, celebrating Elvis as well.
Okay.
We did it for the Rock and Soul Museum, Memphis Music Hall of Fame 2024 ceremony, induction ceremony, and they honored Jack Soden, which is the former president CEO of Elvis Presley Enterprises. So we did a Jungle Room, which is a room at Elvis's house. He recorded a couple albums there.
Okay.
I think one of two of his last albums. But yeah, so we did a tropical pale ale. It's super delicious. Um, but we've done Hush Main, which is peach. Was it peach lemonade ale with chamomile and lavender.
Okay.
Um, we did the Black is Beautiful. We did a toasted coconut macaroon um, imperial IPA, which was super delicious. It took me 8 hours to toast. I think 60 pounds of coconut.
Mm.
Um, um, we've done Born on the Bad Sign, which was a take on a Moscow Mule, similar to Moscow Mule. It was celebrating Albert King's first album release with Stax Records in Memphis, and it was celebrating our 1 year anniversary since we were born in 2020. But it was we called it a Memphis Mule. It was ginger, lime, and mint, and it
Nice.
was pretty delicious. Um, what else? We've done a Cara orange and pomegranate pale ale. We did it for the St. Jude Marathon. It was a runner's beer. called Run with Your Heart.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
let's see, what else have we done? Bunch of IPAs,
Yeah.
dry hop golden ales. But yeah, I like to utilize flavors. We did a Where's the Bud? It was a 420 beer. We used some hemp seed and some terpenes. Pretty tasty.
Okay.
Uh,
Who do you use your terpenes with? Did you use abstract?
uh, True terpenes, I think.
Mm.
Um, I can't. Yeah, we were looking at a couple. I can't remember which one we decided on, but I know one was True terpenes, and can't remember the other.
Okay.
Why'd you ask me that?
Because
Yeah.
I was going to ask you as far as like the terpenes, the company Abstract is a friend of the show to connect you with if you want to use terpenes again.
Oh yes, please do.
Yeah.
Abstract terpenes. Okay, I remember. I'm trying to remember. Please share it with me too.
Okay. Sure. No problem. No problem. So I know that you have a better half. So
Mhm.
how do you do work life balance? How do you keep keep her happy and keep the business happy and you happy? How do you do that?
Um, Balance. As you mentioned. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It's just juggling. I mean,
You don't know?
she has her own life. We good. It's not like I'm working 7 12 hour shifts or working remotely. Somewhere else. So we're all
Uh,
right.
so romantic, thanks.
Yeah, I don't know what you want me to say.
Okay. So let's see. Um, you did space age sipping with um, A Ball MJG.
Hmm.
If you could dream, what would be the next beer that you would be able to do a collaboration for a music icon? Who would it be?
I can't say because we're working on some. I can't say right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
No. I can't spill the sauce today.
no. Don't. But it's coming soon. So okay, it's coming. All right.
Yeah, we it's a lot of artists in Memphis. We want to, surrounding areas. We want to celebrate and collaborate with on some stuff. So yeah, I can't share the sauce.
No, that's
Um,
no problem. No problem. No problem. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Do I have anything else? I don't think I have anything else. Um, other than someone that is new, a new brewer. Someone is they're doe-eyed, bushy-tailed. They're ready to get out there. They have everything ready to go. What are some do's? Some give me one thing that you would give them as far as advice. I would absolutely do this, and I would absolutely not do that.
for a home brewer starting out,
Home brewer or a brewer, someone that's opening a brewery.
um,
Either one.
I don't know because I got questions. I'm opening a brewery. So I don't know. No advice. Um, take your time and um, be patient with the process and learn. You can learn life lessons coming from everywhere, so you can learn and utilize your resource and yeah, take advantage of your resource. Don't be scared to ask questions,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll always be willing to learn. Life is about learning, so learn as much as you can, even stuff you don't think is applicable to beer or your business. It could be for sure. It all works. So just be open to learning. That's anybody. That's a life lesson. Yeah, always be open to learning.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Kelvin, for joining me and sharing with us. Um, Just give me a second and we're going to go ahead and close. But again, thank you for everyone for joining in and tuning in to Being Black in Craft, where we don't apologize for recognizing our influence on craft beer. Just hang on with me and y'all have a great and wonderful night.
I love Flippy Wet.
I can't see a damn thing, big guap. I can't see a damn thing, big guap. Yeah, they like Stevie. They can't see me. They won't beat me. I'm in that guinea. Look like a king. Wanna feed you. And they need me. She won't please me. Cause she need me. All like me. They like mine. All like me. They like mine. All like me. They like mine. All like me. Trey. Yeah. Dope boy, 95 Air Max on. Talk to him. Came from up the road, boy, you know we tax home. What else? You wanna